Local recording turned on.
Cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these who speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worshipped them. And this, an age of glory, where kings would be slaves and a gladiator would be king.
Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Dread and Circus campaign, Season 3, Episode 16. I'm your DM and host, Marty, joined by a full crew tonight. Let me just get all the proper faces in the windows here. Apparently we've got two Ahmeds. That's not right. We need an Ahmed and an Adam. There we go. We've got everyone. Okay, well, since we've got a little bit late start, once I unmute their mics, they're going to do lightning round. 3 words. How was their week since last time we talked? Go ahead. 3 words, Mark. Go.
Absolutely fine, thanks.
Nice.
Strong man, tiring but fun.
That is not good math.
Go. What's going on?
The advice I gave Adam last week of not doing overtime.
Too many words.
I did 60 hours by the end of Wednesday.
Wow.
Right.
Three words, Ahmed. 3 words.
Tired.
Fucking tired me.
Awesome.
Let's game.
Work. Hockey. Pathfinder. Nice. Okay. Why don't we do a quick hey Foxfire, how's it going? And for those that are on the stream, welcome. Why don't I do a quick recap of what happened last time, which is fresh in my mind. I should be able to do this from memories because I just typed it, but I might as well dive in. So, episode 15 was called Scroll, Sword, and Teacup. Arlen and the Circus await at Terrazline for the return of Zeta, Grizek, and the others. Arlen contacts War Mage Duncan for assistance in securing a powerful artifact of old. Duncan is worried about the Duke. Upon the reunion of the adventurers, Cade and Vlauveng do battle for Nibbles' spot on the Circus Gladiator roster. Zira learns that the captured Kafranian scroll contains the possible location of the Doomsday Clock, an ancient device that can predict the end of creation. Arlen and Zira make plans. One group will try to find the Doomsday Clock, while the other one will track down the Shadow Cradle in the Shadow Plane. Shadow all the things. The general tries to mentally dominate Damien in an effort to get his hands on the Sword of Stealing. Grizak leads a small expedition back to the tomb of the Iron Medusa to raise Radamer. Now, this game, because both groups adventuring in the tomb of Duke Haramil and the tomb of the Iron Medusa are so far ahead in the timeline, we have to kind of step back to Vatapol and see what the fuck the Conclave is up to. Let's go back to the last game with the Conclave, which was, yes, months ago.
It's the end of the season.
No, there were 2 games in the beginning of the season.
Was Ashoka getting papers that said the Conclave owns Magnus.
Oh yeah, we did
Yes.
a game or two after.
Magnus's Lament, episode 2 in season 3. Now we're on episode 16, so this was on the 16th of February. Sid spies upon the Towers of Faith. Godiva confronts Mama Bloodbear over the ill treatment of goblin kind in Vatapole. Phineas spies upon the fugitive Pennywise, who appears to be impersonating an officer in a far-off land. Phineas, Ashoka, Sid, and Scarab track down Droll with the intent of recapturing the gargoyle. The Archbishop and a pair of Inquisitors pay Magnus a visit. Ashoka, Damien, and Phineas meet with the Archbishop Cantamber on the matter of Magnus's imprisonment and come to an accord. Arlen and Grizak teleport the Circus gladiators to Siddle by the Lake. Zeta, Vander, Renee, Widget, and Cade battle a small pack of shadow mastiffs and explore the depths of Crater Lake. So this is way back in time.
When we had all the characters.
Tam. Okay, I'm going to go to the Ludus sheet. Just to give you an idea, the other group, with all that adventuring in those tombs, is only 3 weeks ahead of Ashoka, Magnus, Sid, Zed, Phineas, Damien.
So much XP while adventuring.
Exactly.
We're going to have 2 role-playing encounters in those 3 weeks.
Them's are the breaks, man. Them's are the breaks. A tiny bit of XP because Damien and Ratimer are technically part of the Masters group. Got kicked towards them, but it is not enough to offset the gain, which is fine. Different characters, different strokes, different adventures, same campaign, world we. Okay, we need to do some planning for the 4th week. This is week 40 of the season. What is Ashoka up to? I've got notes here. Coalition and Black Lotus. You wanted to learn a little bit more about these other Ludi or gladiator schools. What are your orders, sir?
Well, there's this coalition and there's a Black Lotus. I'll roll a D2 because I'm going to diplomats one of them. So 1 will be Lotus, 2 will be Coalition. Coalition.
Okay. We through notes in one of the turns of the Coalition, you ended up sending them a warning about the now called Knights of the Broken Shield. Those 2 Ludi have joined together, and there probably are some rumors about what's going on. That basically Lady Daestra is assuming control of both Ludus, both Ludi. Like there is
Lord Nori drank the punch.
so to speak. Yes, yes, he could have drank.
Why Ashoka never went over for a drink.
No, he did. Ashoka did. There was an episode where
Well, that's
Ashoka
right, you did. Huh?
Ashoka drank the tea and made a saving throw and saved the tea and is pretending.
Now the rest of us can never trust you.
Oh, cool! You guys can interact with our
Never
Ludus.
trusted
Yes.
him.
Now you had sent them a small gift. This was, I think, Ahmed and Mark kind of
Yeah, it was
playing on
a,
behalf.
Amulet of Mighty Fist, I think?
Amulet Mighty Fist +1, and you warned against going to have dinner with Lady Daestra. That's effectively, hey, welcome, noobs. If there's anything more specific that you'd like to do, that didn't eat up one of your turns, then yeah. Given that there's a whole shadowy... Well, you don't know anything about them, actually.
Right.
You know more about the Black Lotus because they're led by Ajax, and you fought them in several year-end matches.
Yeah. Well, no, there's the new guys, so we want to see what the new guys are up to. So we'll
And
we will,
Sid.
we will summon the new guys. Like we're pretending like we're Nori. We're gonna summon the new guys.
Okay.
Because we're the establishment.
So your role-playing encounter is meet with the Crucible.
Yep. Coalition is the Crucible, right?
Yes, Coalition of the Black Crucible is what they're called. Okay, and then what is your actual real effort for that 5 day?
The real effort in the 5 days Give me a second. Packing my face with sugar. Let's diplomacy the new commissioner of games.
Okay. You've got 14 dice. If I did that properly, yep. So D14, and you're gonna diplomats. Are you doing this to just curry favor, or like getting good graces, or to improve your standing with him? Or are you asking for a specific favor?
We're trying to get in better standing with him. Get good graces.
Okay.
No favors yet.
Magnus, is there anything particular that you want to do? Now, your world is limited in scope, but there is still a prison.
1001, 1002, 1003.
Do you need to do any training, or have you finished that?
Don't. Did we just get 11th, or are we going to 12th?
You guys are 11th. You don't have enough XP for 12.
No, but did we get 11th after the season end games, or?
Yeah.
Because I have to train. I have to train my 11th level, so I'll be training that for what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Okay. They provide you with very basic training material, so you may be at it for longer than just the regular 2 weeks. So Magnus is currently like doing push-ups and training in his cell. We'll put TR for 2 weeks. We'll see how that how that goes. Cool. You're doing prison training.
He's got his pants down around his butt.
No.
He's doing pull-ups to the grocery bag.
Pull-ups in a grocery bag? I can't even. I don't want to. Phineas, what are you doing? Phineas, it looks like the tower is almost in shape. You need 3 more successes to...
Well, that's what I'm doing this week then.
Okay, so you are spending time at the tower. I've got a note that in the next week you want to see Duke.
No, I don't recall saying that.
I think that's when the Duke is expecting an update on
I think Duke wants
shadow
to see
magic,
you. It's not
and
quite-
Yeah,
and
that sounds more like it. Yeah,
he wants a wizard.
A wizard, that's right.
yeah. I got him a wizard. He knows that.
Okay.
He wants the wizard, not to see
Right.
the
So, are you? So you're spending time at the tower.
Yeah.
I've got RP Magnus. Was that the you visiting the?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like I think the lot of us going to see.
Is there anything else that Phineas wants to do?
Oh, there's a lot he wants to do. He just doesn't have time.
As an RP encounter for this week, or like a task that is not?
Yes. Yes. As an RP encounter, he would like to see if he can get an audience with No, not yet. No, sorry. No. He's good.
Okay. Sid.
Sid's trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Sid's actually gonna spy on Ashoka.
It seems counterproductive.
Okay.
What's going on now? Sorry. What's happening? He might actually go see Vogul.
And your RP
He hasn't
encounter
spoke-
is to go
He
see
hasn't
Vogel.
seen Vogul. He'll fly out to Vogul's and get instructions from him.
Okay. Zed?
Well, Zed was training hit points because if he's the Ludus Master or the Primus, give me a second. Let me just check.
Looks like he's got 1 week in hit points, so he's got a hit point.
Like, he could use the other 18, but yeah, no, this is. Do we have any characters that need training currently?
That's a good question. Let's. Wizardling looks like he's in the middle of his
We
2
don't
out of
even
6
own the
Gestalt.
Wizardling anymore.
Oh right, he got handed
Wizard
over
Ling
to.
is in a cell in the bottom of the
Yeah,
Sage's
yeah,
tower.
I remember. Sona, 8th level. I just need to pull up an XP chart to make sure I've got. Let's see, character advancement.
Like Nova is still Nova on here. It says Warrior Adept, but I think that's incorrect. Nova should be Cleric Fighter.
Okay, Sona is 8th. Is that right?
Yep.
He should have just recently got 8th, and let's just check his character sheet. Sona looks like he has his. It says trained 8th, but he's already updated for 8th. Let's have a look at.
He was training the last 2 weeks.
Okay, great.
He did train 24 last week.
Fleas should be 7th.
Yep. Oh, here I'm checking the. Here, I'll check the other sheet. 6 measly. What the heck? Please.
Yeah, he's got
We're really
enough.
low on gladiators in this, Lucas.
He's been training a lot too, and we zeroed out the thing, so it looks like everything is up to date here.
Yeah,
You-
I still have to update the character.
Yeah. Sona, I think, is updated. We'll just remove the note. I'll remove the note to train.
Yep.
Sona at 8th level. He is an 8th level arcane duelist bard on the backside of Gestalt. 8th level fighter. Let's see. What did he take as his? What is it? Weapon training flails. Armor training 2.
Fleas?
No, we're talking about Sona. He's got great whip mastery.
Does he have another feat?
Yeah, greater whip
I would
mastery
say-
is what
I would
he.
say lunge. Or fucking range.
Maybe lunge next time. With this one, he can. You never drop your whip now due to failing a disarm attempt or a trip attempt with your whip. Furthermore, you gain the ability to grapple using your whip.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty
With a bunch of like caveats to grapple, because that's what we need. We need 5 more bullet points to grapple.
Indiana Jones was so culturally significant that we now have like the whip grapple, which is like it's not a thing. It's not how ropes work.
Quailsy should be at 3rd. She's almost 4th. She needs oh no, sorry, she needs 14 grand for that's a mile away.
So, is it possible to do activities for XP? Like train for XP? Is that a thing?
I was thinking about that. Like, how would you? Because fighting is one way. I kind of like throw them a dime if they're actually on stage for a little bit and have like lines. they get it like a tiny bit of XP, but in the system, like, are you training for XP? I'm gonna have to like build a chart where training for XP isn't outstripping the 3 fights against the same number of opponents.
Yeah.
That you, like, I have to do some math.
Yeah, you also have to do the math to make certain that it's not just a ginormous waste of time.
Right, yeah, there's a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot in there. I won't mark it down. I'm going to say no for now, but train for XP. Because
she doesn't have a Gestalt yet.
You know, like there's probably a cap. Like, you can only train for XP up to a certain level.
Well, I would say you can train to XP up until 1 point away from leveling. Like, that would be the Final Fantasy or whatever kind of version of that. Where
I was thinking level cap. Like it's only like level 6. You can't train for XP beyond level 6. Like there's some level where
that might
yeah. I'll fiddle with it. Yeah, if you're level under 5 kind of thing. So let's look at Quailzy. Quailzy is a barbarian rogue on her character sheet. So
Well,
let's
then I'm going to update this table to say rogue.
cool. And then update
Alright.
her dice. Her bonus is 2. Beat ya.
All right. Here.
Zargon.
Zargon.
Is 7th. And his XPs, he is 10,000 from 8th. Scarab is a 9th level mercenary that I was kind enough to let you have. He is just above 9th.
So Scarab and Zargon are going to have Medicus upon them.
Okay.
So
Drawl also needs some Medicus, if you're looking ahead.
yeah, well, he can.
He
He'll
can
see.
Maybe
Exactly.
Droll should have thought about that before he took off for 6 months.
Yeah, your religious medicine is only 3 dice, so...
2 on Zargon and 1 on.
Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong Ludus. You guys have strong Medicus, 9.
All right. 5 on Zargon and 4 on Scarab.
Okay.
And Droll is going to get whatever makes his morale go up.
Entertainment.
Entertainment. And don't worry about the wizard's laying shitty attitude. That's fine.
No, he's in a dungeon. We should even just remove him from your Ludus. So you're throwing Draw a recapture party? just a grumpy gargoyle sitting there with a party hat on, looking absolutely miserable. Everyone else getting drunk.
Like a gargoyle pinata.
Oh, that is so mean. How many out of your
a gargoyle pinata with non-magical pinata bats to keep whacking them?
How many points out of your 5 are you spending on Droll welcoming him back?
I think it'll be all 5.
Yeah, there's nobody else.
So awful. I love it.
Welcome back, Troll. He just hates life.
Oh, Marty, Magnus's soul is minus. It has to be -1.
Nope. Soul is when you're level drained.
Oh, okay.
They haven't
If that's a request, we can give you some.
They haven't resorted to that.
All right.
They have other ways of getting their information.
6 is going to be spying.
Yes. Yeah, what are Sona, Fleas, Quailzy, Zargon up to? Well, I guess Zargon's busy getting pampered. Oh yeah, Zed, you had asked the question originally, is there anyone who needs training? And the answer looks like no.
Right.
Unless there are ability scores for Droll is being entertained, like Old Vigo.
Quilzy.
Quailzy's already got a
Quilzy's
Gestalt.
got a Gestalt, so her ability scores must have been trained.
Yep.
Alright.
So nobody needs to be trained, so I think Zed is going to be... didn't we organize some fights? I thought we did.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet?
You can you can as like
We haven't done any fights.
you can organize fights almost like a free action at the like minus everyone else's actions.
Okay, so Zed is going to be organizing fights.
Okay.
Because that's his gerb.
Fights, and then what is he spending the majority of his time doing?
He'll be spending the majority of his time. If nobody else is training, he's going to be training hit points.
Okay, cool. I think that's a good use of your time, given that you are the...
Don't die, chump, with your fucking 89 hit points.
Sona, Fleas, Quailzy, Old Vigo, Nova. What are they up to?
Fleas? When does that tournament start?
You guys are going to learn about the tournament. So,
Okay.
Because
We don't know about it yet.
because you're gonna go and talk to the commissioner and go, hey, how can we make you happy? Well, I got this new tournament. we're jumping ahead a little bit, but yeah.
Right. Do you want the? I want the Knoll. We'll send the Knoll into the veterans tournament. Okay. So
You could pay for hit point training for your gladiators if you wanted. You could use your resources to hit point train.
let's who has pathetic hit points?
Sona. Pretty sure Sona has crap hit points.
Stona has a mediocre con.
79 hit points.
He should have 96, and he's got 79.
And
96 max is what the...
yeah. Fleas has 86. He's only 80. I have to roll for Fleas. Fleas hasn't leveled yet, so yeah.
Hit points are a relatively minor thing. I'm going to say you need 5 successes to do it. It's just 5. It's normally a 5-day training task, and it doesn't go up based off your level. So you need 5 days of successful training.
Okay, let's
You have 7 training resources, and yeah.
okay, well, let's get Scarab's being Medicist, so let's 7 training resource Sona for hit points. And then we will something with Fleas. Fleas is going to help with the entertaining of Droll.
That's awesome. Fleas. Let's just see. Fleas believes in the Ludus more than anyone else does. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, he's perfectly willing to help out with. Come on.
Have some cake.
All right, so he's got 10 dice that he could throw at that.
It's gonna be the best work of all, Droll. Oh, Droll. Oh, you're back.
Alright, so Fleas is
I was
entertaining.
freedom. Was it scary out there?
Tell me all about it.
Oh, the world's so big and scary.
Safe in here. Safe. No, sorry, that was Fleas, and then Quilzy. The other guys are just idle.
I think they're just idle.
Okay. What is 6 doing?
6 is spying.
On? Sid.
And
He's spying on Sid.
he's spying on Sid, spying on Ashoka, spying on.
Big spying circle jerk.
It's just everybody sitting in a room, all thinking eternally with stone faces, all going. 6 is going to spy on the. Do we send him after that? The little wizard. Gnome.
Oh, yeah.
Little wizard gnome.
The guy who wanted the position from Phineas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Guy who might still get that position.
Lanziver.
Lanziver.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
That came out of nowhere. Spy.
Well, I was going to say spy at the sexy ladies, but I figured that might be creepy.
Okay.
That might be dangerous because he might not come back.
Is there a particular thing you want to know, or you just want to know his general activities, or?
I need to know how to better support Phineas in his position, or how better to manipulate the situation to make Phineas support me better in my position. So this is effectively Phineas's best ally or worst enemy. So I want to know about him.
Got it. Any other RP encounters? You want to set up some fights at the end of this? We'll also roll some of your what I think are automatic rolls, like your market guys and your promotions and gambling could be, I guess, making money for you. Is something that I realize that there are some resources that could act independently and just do stuff. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'll give you enough rolls for like the last 3 weeks to kind of make up for some of those things, and then we'll roll the random encounter. Okay, Ashoka spying on the Crucible. Oh no, you were going to invite the Crucible. Okay, so you send a letter. You send a letter to the Crucible, and you get a cordial, but sort of like almost curt reply from a particular member of their council. His name is Leo Loram.
Leo.
Requesting a meeting at a public eatery or alehouse of your choosing. He doesn't want. He's politely refusing to come to your ludus to meet.
Do I know where on the map they are?
Give me a knowledge local data pool.
Yes, you do.
Well, this is like a one of those. Do you talk big, but can you skills the stuff? What with this whole taking assassin instead of just rogue, and now your skill points are all nerfed. All right. $13.
Somewhere within the city proper. You don't think they're in the high rise. You think they're in the lower city.
Okay.
Less than half.
Yeah.
We will pick a place to meet. Sorry, I'm apparently forgot to load map tools.
Okay. The closest eatery that you guys have gone to before is the Fox and Grouse. There's Ollie's Blessed Press, where Magnus got drunk with
Where Magnus tried to kill Phineas's familiar. Then Phineas beat my bodyguard. Oh, that was a horrible night.
That was not a good
hilarious.
There's the Dented Helm, but that is the realm of Yuri the Claw.
We're pretty good with Yuri right now.
Yeah, I think so.
But I don't want to.
He got how much money from you? He should be in a.
Let's have him go to the old Ollie's Blessed Press.
Okay. Give me a D3.
That determines whether you're there on the same night as the serial killer.
Give me a D2. This determines whether or not you are the serial killer. 1.
Okay. Who is Ashoka going to Ollie's one Blessed Press with? Is he just going alone, or?
No, we're going to be going with Scarab.
Tell Sid to show up. Yeah.
Well, I thought Sid's just spying on me. Every time I flush the toilet, he's just sort of out there.
You're like, I wonder where Sid is. He comes up from under the table. I'm right here.
Where's Ashoka's token? Is he doing a thing somewhere?
The Ashokan. The Ashoka token is.
That sounds like foreign food. Would you like some Ashoka tokens?
It's very good, really.
Very
Oh, there's a group of them over at the Towers of Faith begging for Magnus. Okay.
Marnie, side of your face is awesome. Camera. Center the camera.
I have monitor.
Follow his face.
I was looking for Ashoka.
I'm gonna laugh at you.
All right, Ashoka is going. Are you bringing Nem?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Nem in Nem form or Nem in bird
Nem
form?
will be in bird form until we get the sense of what these guys are like.
Gracchus, are you all armored out, or are you just going...
Yes. He freaking lives in that shit.
Okay, I need to find... Well, we'll just assume he's in armor form. Unless you could find his token somewhere with it. And then Sid is currently spying, so he's a tiny bat and a fly in the wall as he's trying to determine what the fuck's up with Ashoka. Where is Sid?
I think he was by Magnus.
Oh, yeah.
Spying on Magnus, I think.
Spying on Magnus somewhere?
I think. Oh, guess which other asshole didn't turn on map duels?
Wearing a collared shirt.
Okay, I can't find him, but he's there, so he can...
He's so well hidden, even
He can listen. Okay. The note says, agreed, look for the half-elf in the fine clothes. And it's this really scrawly Leo, like half the page kind of scrawl. Give me a sense motive check as you guys wander into Ollie's blessed press.
All right. Don't. No. What's hilarious
What's that?
is when you're rolling one of your gladiators' skill rolls instead of your own because you're looking at the wrong sheet.
Yeah, that happens.
That does happen.
Very
Alright.
polite for him to go to offer to meet us at a public place
Yes, very polite of him.
where everyone has to have their hands out of their pockets. No skullduggery.
31.
When you walk into Ollie's blessed press, you notice that there are quite a few patrons there, but you notice that there's a particular patron. It is this tiny Nezumi, like kind of a really long-faced Nezumi, black fur, who kind of started watching you as you came into Ollie's blessed press.
Is he basically strapped in a suicide vest like the token looks? So the alchemy, just alchemy stuff everywhere.
Sure, he's got a few things on him.
If he trips, he takes us all out.
He could almost hide behind this massive stein that he's ordered, and he's just sort of sipping on it. But he looks right at you when you come in, and then pretends not to be watching.
Nem, in familiar
Yep.
tongue. Keep an eye on the rat.
Okay, the bird flies in. A couple of patrons notice that the raven is inside. They see Ashoka like in robes and saw the bird walk in on your shoulder, and they turn to their drinks. You notice one lady kind of covers her glass when she sees the bird there and moves tables as it's up in the rafters.
You should see the devil shit that comes out of that bird.
Okay, so Nem's in the rafters, and then Sid, if you can find Sid on another map, and just
I'm looking for him now.
okay. Gracchus, your presence is intimidating. They know who you are, though. A couple people.
That's Crocus.
It's the Conclave.
He got his ass kicked at the end of season games.
It was an illegal choke. It was an illegal choke.
Okay, you notice a well-to-do looking half-elf, dressed in finery. He's got a trimmed goatee. He sort of perks up when he sees you and waves.
Okay, Ashoka will walk over, offer him a hand.
Greetings. I am acting Lannister of the Coalition of the Black Crucible. You're Ashoka, I presume?
Ashoka Baruya of the Conclave of Crimson Scale.
Ah, excellent. I've saved us a table here. Is your bodyguard sitting down?
Gracchus just shakes his head. I'll sit at the bar. I'll keep an eye on things.
Nice fellow is what he says. He thinks he's strange. He did not recognize Gracchus as a gladiator.
Could never be too careful.
Ah, yes. I must say congratulations on your recent victory this spring. I hear that it's quite a sport in Vadapol.
Yes, we took last season's championship, second this season. Not too bad, if I do say so myself.
Unfortunately, we weren't here yet to witness any of the end-of-season games, which are, well, they even tell stories of them in the capital.
It is expensive dalliance running a gladiatorial lutus.
Oh, yes.
Who are you working with?
Our investors prefer to remain anonymous. We were previously the Surefoot Sandal gladiatorial ludus in the capital. It wasn't doing so well and was packed up, and as I understand it, made a similar journey from the capital all the way to the hinterlands here in the Duchy of Vade.
Ashoka will motion over to the bar for a couple of drinks.
Yep. He smiles at that as you notice that his coin purse on the table looks incredibly light. I appreciate it. Oh yes, we've been relabeled and renamed, and we're getting situated here in Vadapol. So much opportunity, wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Oh.
Large amounts of opportunity.
I want to thank you on behalf of our Council of Masters for your fine gift. We will put the protective device to good use in the gladiatorial arena. Also, we were a little confused as to why we shouldn't meet with Lady Tastra, he says, looking around.
She has a penchant for breaking the minds and hearts of men.
Ah, I see.
Typically aided through that of magic.
Most troubling. We'll have to keep that in mind.
You seem young and virile. I would watch out.
Huh. Give me a second. I'm gonna have a look at something.
Character flaw, impotent. Oh, never mind that.
My mistake. Gracchus is mixing his mutagen with his beer.
Beergen.
I'm supposed to meet her soon. He looks really...
Well, I would avoid... Just between you and me, mind you. I would avoid drinking anything while I was there.
Right. He looks super worried. Any sense motive?
He's super worried.
29?
He might already be charmed.
Have you seen her painting?
Her painting.
Yes.
Which one was it? Remind me.
There's a They have a painting that's out front of their friggin' school that charms people who look at it.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
a wonderful image of hers. She is very beautiful.
I'm just gonna see how long Charm Monster lasts. I think it's days. Because I'm pretty certain my Charm Monster overrides that Charm Person.
He seemed to like be worried when you mentioned it, but whatever charm is sort of like washing over the worry, and she's very beautiful.
Crap.
Give me 1 second. I'm just checking to see, because if this is days per level, it will be funny to just Charm Monster all the people that she Charm Persons and then have a charm off. Yes, days per level.
I can't wait until she calls upon me again.
To be young and in love. We're going to secretly cast that spell mid-conversation.
Okay, what spell is this?
Charm Monster.
Okay,
I'm gonna override the charm that's on him with a higher level charm, I think.
let me just see if. Nope, no spellcraft on that guy. Okay. Oh. I guess I should roll this. Leo Loram has +5 will save.
Oh boy.
16.
No.
No.
Okay, I think now you have to make opposed charisma checks when the...
When you have multiple charms, I think it's caster level, or the circle of spell is first. So if he's charm monstered, then it would be well. Then my circle is a wizard. So if she's doing it as something else, then it's third. Sorry, if she's doing it as a bard, it's a third circle spell. If she's doing it as a charm school, it's a fifth circle spell.
Charm person just makes it so that you're friendly towards them. It's possible you could have multiple charms.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And it might be opposed charisma checks if you're both at the same time trying to convince them to do something.
Yeah, but I think I don't know how they like if they yeah, something weird happens.
Okay, he smiles at you. We were here to set up fights. Is that what you want? And he's...
Yes. We're just but to do this appropriately, we'd really need to know what you have in your stables. You know, we need to make things entertaining.
Yes. We're working rather hard to fill our rosters. He nods. Our champion is a veteran gladiator by the name of Titus. We have recently picked up another veteran gladiator named Cyro, and enrolled both of them in the Tournament of the Blood Rose.
Tournament of the Blood Rose.
They unfortunately will be busy for some time. However, we do have a blooded gladiator. His name is... He smiles at you, and the drinks come. His name is Rizna. He is a swashbuckling sort.
So, give me a second. Titus, veteran. Siren, veteran. Grisnar?
Riznar.
Riznar.
He's blooded. We're looking for a fourth gladiator to fill out our roster. We have 3 tempi as well.
3 tempi, eh?
Unfortunately, they are probably not suited to fight such champions as you. All of them are apprentice class.
I'm certain that we have something that could be entertaining.
Yes, non-lethal matches only. We are just getting our start here, of course.
I understand.
Is that amenable?
Certainly.
The waitress is about to take your coins. He's like, no, allow me, and he spills the last couple of coins that are in his purse onto the table and buys you drinks.
Sure. All right. So,
Gracchus, you notice Zito looking at you. This little Nezumi.
He's just watching.
Yep.
Okay. Gracchus has his mutagen. What's he gonna do?
You guys brought a lot of hit dice to this bar for this meeting.
there's new guys in town, and it's like a 4th level Yabo. It's like us when we first showed up, where it's like,
yeah,
what are the painting?
these guys are small fry if their best guy is veteran. They're just getting their start out. Of course, you guys were there 2 months ago, right? So,
And then we got attacked by a dragon, and everybody leveled up super hard. And then we got attacked by the drunk lady, and then everybody leveled up super hard.
and Leo Loram is just collecting charms. He's walking around meeting people collecting charm spells.
It's a trick, you see. They find out.
Everyone is so lovely.
Like everyone, dude. Oh, mama.
I've got so many friends.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. He'll just keep an eye on the rat.
Okay.
Where he is.
So you end up meeting them. They're amicable towards fights, but you learn that that they've recently enrolled their veteran gladiators into something that you weren't aware of.
Okay, so where does give me a second. He's got a blooded, and apprentice is around the same tier as blooded?
Apprentice is 1 through 3, I believe.
Yeah, and blooded is 4?
Blooded is 4 and 5. Tier definitions. Apprentice 1 to 3, blooded is 3 to 5. So there is overlap between apprentice and blooded. And veterans 5 to 7. There's...
Well, I'm thinking that our apprentice should fight their
Apprentice.
they're blooded, but just because we need to get her some XP.
Yeah. She can borrow Gracchus no dodgy.
Just send her out there with like +5 gear.
Riznar is fighting in the 4th week. In this week, actually, one of the monks from the monasteries. But he would be available in week 6. That'll give him some time to... Oh, week 6 is the earliest. Maybe week 7 would be more would be better. Unless you want week 6, and you could tell that he shouldn't have been offering week 6, but your charm spell is...
Really, week 6 would work better for us. You know, we have an apprentice. She's a Nagaji, and they have quite difficult cycles.
I see.
I believe she goes through a molt.
Oh. He looks at you. He doesn't pry.
I don't know if our people molt, whatever. We're just
Going to have to bring up
Ashoka's,
protocols
cool,
for
but just
charmed
dodge
employees.
eyes, you know.
In the next council meeting, the thing is, who's going to determine that your guy is charmed? Oh, this is messy but fun.
What's hilarious is one person in town is known for charming people, and it's not Ashoka, and they do have charms on them. So I'm not gonna get blamed for it.
Okay, so you're saying there is a fight in week 6.
Now,
Sorry, I just have to log into the.
Grab some water.
I'll make a note that. Yep. What? It's versus Quailsy on week 6.
is the total in-out the... Wait a sec. Where the total remaining wealth? It's a funny name called the in-out. In minus out.
On your ledger?
In ledger, yeah. Is in minus out the total wealth? Because there should be like another number that gets added to that. Like starting value.
In minus out is your... Yeah, the starting value is the first value. I think you had 0 money in spring 6.
Okay, this is the funniest accounting I've ever seen. This is not how accounting works, people. You do have an in minus out column on your checkbook.
It's called balance.
There we go.
There you go. Oh, easy to fix, man. It makes me feel better. That's all right.
Like, it confuses me. Okay. Now the financials.
Oh yes. You said what tier is your gladiator Quilsy? The molting Nagaji?
She's a mere apprentice. You know, needs some practice.
Apprentice. Oh, I see. Non-lethal match for sure.
Yes.
I believe that my fellow council will be happy with this arrangement. He smiles.
Yeah, we're truly doing you a favor, helping you get some standing, you know? A couple of wins under your belt.
I appreciate that. Are you hinting that he needs something in return? Oh, are there any other fights that you'd wish to set up?
Well, your tempi.
Unfortunately, I would have to ask my fellows to call up any of the tempi. We're leaving that slot open to see if we could find a really good veteran gladiator.
Going shopping.
If you know any gladiators who are well versed in arcane magic,
I want to sell him the monkey.
We don't have the monkey.
I know, but it would be funny to sell him the monkey.
Yeah, you gotta kill him in like a week, so good luck with that.
Are you interested in an arcane caster?
yes. We've been looking for a veteran tier arcane caster who can fight for some time.
We do have a veteran tier arcane caster in our tempi.
Oh, you're very lucky.
We could part with him, potentially. He's been around for a long time with us. I mean, he is a part of the family, really.
You would trade a gladiator to us?
Are you talking about the monkey?
I would be honored to bring this offer back. How should we do it? Should we do an inspection?
We could do an inspection.
Wonderful. Would you like to bring him by our ludus?
We could bring him by your ludus, or you could stop by on the way back. I mean, fairly certain our place is closed.
Oh, I'm. I want to, but
Are you forbade from visiting friends?
give me a charisma check.
Who's charmed?
I know this is something he would not do. He was.
I don't want to go home. Stranger danger.
It's an opposed charisma check. Okay, so Leo Loram has a +4.
Alright, and I believe the circlet of persuasion adds on charisma checks.
He rolls a 1. I suppose it wouldn't. I suppose it wouldn't hurt on the way back just to have a quick peek.
I roll a 2, but I get a 12.
All right. Fucking +10 charisma check.
The circular persuasion adds 3 to charisma checks.
Oh yeah, that's right. Very well. Let's have a look at this gladiator, and I'll be able to report quite favorably to the rest of my council. Are you the Lannister?
I am a member of a council of 3, actually.
Oh, we have a council of 4.
Yes, I handle many of the day-to-days and dealings. We also have a member of a more arcane leaning, as well as a our champion is one of the people who leads the Lutus.
Hey.
Magnus, you might have heard of him.
That was Zito's sense motive to see if he knows that something suspicious is going on.
Nope.
That was already including a +4 because they know each other. The DC's 20. All right.
We're off to see the.
All right. So the group of you. So Sid is following Ashoka as Leo's prattling on about the capital and how things are different here, and
Hey Mark, do you think it'd be funny if we sold old Vigo to them?
Yes, yes, I do. I think that would be hilarious.
Sid, you notice that this Nizumi is following the group of them several blocks behind.
Ooh, is he?
Yep. You also notice that the Raven, Nem, is flying from building to building and keeping an eye on Zito. You guys wander out into the street, you pass by the closed-up Maeve's Fighting School, and are wandering straight back to...
It's like fucking everyone's spying on everybody. Fuck.
As a little bat, you're crawling around the roof, you're looking around, but there's nobody spying on you.
Wait, sorry.
Meanwhile, Phineas is in his tower, scrying on him.
Right. And then there's somebody scrying on Phineas, and it's this whole fucking elaborate...
Oh, what am I looking at?
You decided to move close to the arena, just down the street. I can see the colonnades there.
Yeah, that's why we're in this shithole. Sure.
It is an advantageous spot, I suppose.
Okay. He wanders back. Ashoka wanders in.
Okay,
A raven, you can tell, swoops into a window. Zargon's out in the courtyard burning dummies with Zed. Leo's just dragon is what he says. You have a dragon?
He is one of our gladiators. Zargon, meet Leo. Leo's a friend.
We don't eat friends around here.
Sargon just chuckles at that.
Zed, this is Leo. Zed will walk up and nod.
Hello? You're half-orc if I'm
Yes.
not blind. Have you heard of the graces of Nizam?
Is this he's religioning me, isn't he?
Yep.
Give me a second, I will check to see if I've heard of the graces of Nizam. Otherwise, have you heard of the graces of Burn? Alright, so not a class skill. 23.
Yes, you have. Nizarm is a minor deity. Give me a second. Somewhere we've got. He's a half-orc demigod of formal, ritualistic, and public combat. Whose favored weapon is the gladius.
That is kind of an awesome god for Gladiator Land.
I was just thinking that as well. How did we not know about him?
Nizarm probably kind of like serves sort of like a collection of greater powers that have to do with combat, and may have been one of the demigods that squeaked in from the Orcish pantheon. Is not necessarily evil. It's a common religion amongst orcs who are not trying to follow the old ways. While personally not the deity that I call out to, but I am not the one who is setting footsteps upon the sands. And he's just sort of staring at Zargon, like just totally amazed.
I worship Kazuth,
Oh,
Lord of Fire.
fire god and a fire dragon. Noted. You have a wonderful ludicin set up here, Ashoka. Quite amazing. Pleasure to meet you, Zed. Know that we do have a shrine to Nizam, should you ever wish to visit.
Zed has a grumpy look on his face, and he,
Okay.
like, ends the conversation by walking away.
Right.
It's
Now-
been face punching for weeks.
I'm assuming the dragon is not the magical gladiator you were hoping to sell us.
No. Selling him is most out of the question.
Hmm.
This way to my office.
Ah. Okay.
Take him upstairs.
Goes up to the stairs. He notices the Sverfnebline servants that are kind of like disappearing into shadows, and a busy place. You could hear a bird caw, and there's already tea set up.
As you're leaving, Gracchus immediately looks at the other gladiator and goes, "Hey! Why are you sitting when you could be pushing up?"
Nova looks dejected at that. She starts doing push-ups. Sid, what are you doing with the little with the little ratman that is now scaling the side of the I don't know what you've done with the treant corpse, but that is now scaling the side of the wall to your ludus.
Ooh, what's the bird doing?
The bird is busy inside. Immediately flew inside to set up tea.
Okay. So he's going to a window, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'll go and turn into Sid and hide. And in the room that he's showing up in.
Okay. Give me a hide check, just as Sid.
Sure.
And then a perception check.
That's the perception check. I wonder.
Perception check is the question mark.
Yeah, that's the
High check is still good.
Fuck, what's with these
gonna
noobs
be
rolling
hours
their
of
ones?
hiding in the same room, wondering where the other one is.
Zito's pretty good at hiding. He got a 25, though, rolling a 1.
That's a pretty good head check.
That's a pretty awesome hard rock.
Oh, look at me, I got a racial bonus and a little guy, and got a magic item.
High stealth.
He's little.
Been a
little
while
guy.
since I've done this. There we are. Sid's gonna be in his bestial with big eyes.
This is going to be a bad TV skit, spy versus spy.
They're not able to find each other until they actually do a thing.
58.
Okay, so you flew into the house and you're sneaking around, and then what's your perception?
I know he's coming through a window.
Yep.
Okay, and perceptionus. This is not a trap.
It's not a trap, and your wisdom is balls. Balls.
31.
Hey, did it.
Okay, so you actually see him. He is holding on to the windowsill and sort of trying to peek in as you glide into the room.
Why'd you step in and have a drink?
you hear a little bit of a squeak, and you can hear like rustling, like he fell, but it was sort of like a flutter.
Oh, well, if you want to go out, here, take it with you.
He's just gonna pour whatever out the window, like water or whatever.
Here you go.
Okay, you catch him going around the corner when you were pouring things out, like he's trying to hide around this corner. Give me a perception.
Let's turn into a bat and go find this fucker. Like, he's on a hunt.
Okay.
Really? Not even one line about playing cat and mouse? Yeah. I'm a little ashamed.
Bat and mouse, I believe.
Bat and mouse.
So my perception is 26.
Okay, well, you're having a hard
End of
time.
tonight's game.
Yep.
Bat and mouse.
Bat and mouse is a good one. You can't find him. He sort of disappeared into the shadows, and you're not sure where he went.
Do you want mine? It's a plus 49.
No, he can't see you.
You just wait till somebody farts. Oh, there he is. There.
All right, so you guys are running around inside the courtyard in the shadows trying to find each other. Nem is turned into a bird form, but the tea is already set out. It looks like Nem came in and barked orders that...
I have scent as a bat.
Ah, interesting.
Sniff out where he is.
Okay, you will eventually find him by taking 20, and you notice that he's sniffing at the air as well.
But you still can't find me, bitch.
Well, when you get within 5 feet of him, he finds you, you find him, they can smell each other.
I can smell you.
Bat laughing.
No, he was laughing.
I know, but there's a bat laughing.
Oh, okay.
I know the general area he's in. Let's
Yep.
fly up and take a look for him.
Well,
wait
there's
for
a
him to
there's a
get out.
patch of shadow. You're pretty sure he's in there, but he's also sniffing around where you crawled down the wall to have a look at him.
Yeah, I'll fly up and look for him. Wait for him to move.
Yeah, you think you know where he is. He's in that patch of shadow. You can hear him breathing.
Bit of a waste of a drink, isn't it? The laughing rogue wouldn't appreciate that, although it was kind of funny, so maybe he would.
I'm a bat. I can't really speak.
I'm not supposed to be here, am I? I'm just gonna go now.
I'm gonna see where he goes.
Okay, you eventually catch him climbing the wall, which he does rather slowly.
It's okay. I want to see where his nest is.
Okay, he's now cropping a hide outside of your Ludus and just seems to be watching the street, waiting for something.
Looks like it's his pet or his friend or something. Funny. Tricksy ones, aren't they? Yes. I'll have to tell
Ashoka, but this is all like
in his
a
head,
monologue,
his monologue.
internal monologue.
Sure. Yes.
Shit, what's Ashoka doing? Fuck.
Yes. Thank you for the tea. Is there? Can I see the gladiator? I'm really not supposed to be here for long.
Of course. Ashoka is going
It can be dangerous in other people's dens.
Oh, I assure you, there's no danger here.
Oh wow.
Ashoka stands up and is going to go to fetch old Vigo.
Okay.
We're going to...
Old Vigo's doing push-ups miserably as Gracchus is looking at them.
Why is he doing that?
You know,
He's a wizard. Clean him up. We're going to cast some ability score buffs on him.
Okay. What are you casting on old Vigo?
Cat's Grace, a Bull Strength, and a Bear's Endurance. and a Eagle's Splendor if anybody has it.
Okay.
Fucking asshole, Leo.
Oh my goodness. when the other Ludus finds out, when Fox reports back to the Hidden Council.
yeah, Damien won't be considered #1 asshole anymore.
You sold me a lemon.
You sold me a lemon. All right. Oh, funny. That's fucking hilarious.
I think it's awesome.
Okay, so old Vigo has a 10, 10, and 10 in strength, dex, and con, respectively. Now he walks into the room. Some of his wrinkles are gone. He's a little standing up, a little more upright. He's a little bit sweaty and wet from the push-ups and then the bucket of water that they dumped on him to clean him up. He walks in there. He's standing proud. He looks a little bit nervous when he comes in. Oh, he's tall. Vigo is a half ogre.
Hot ogre, actually.
6'8", 240 pounds. He's not carrying any weapons. Just wearing a simple woolen tunic.
He's pot ogre, well trained, and has magic in his blood.
Yes.
Vigo, please cast a spell for our visitor.
Which one would I cast?
Grease is a good spell.
Oh, I've recently been working on Admonishing Ray.
All right, Vigo, admonish me.
Oh no, I would never. He's looking around for a target.
That over there.
We're gonna call Fester in.
Okay, he does not want to cast a spell at you.
Okay.
Yes, my lord. He's got a broom in his hands. What can I do for you, Master Ashoka? He's bent back and not looking Ashoka directly into the eye. Kind of stuck in a half bow.
Vigo, if you would.
Yes. He has no problem casting Admonishing Ray on Fester. He casts his Admonishing Rays by making little handgun symbols because he used to be a gunslinger, and he makes the magic come out of his hand.
Does he make the sound or just go?
He has weapon focus ray, point blank shot. This is a point blank shot. He's got a +4 to attack. He hits Fester. I believe that's 46 non-lethal damage for 15 damage. Fester's like, no! It gets hit by this lancing magic that comes out of old Vigo's hand. It looks like a gray beam, and it hits him, and it just sort of blasts him to the ground. And Fester is unconscious. Vigo moves to go help him, but then he kind of stands up straight, like he's waiting for specific orders. He follows instructions very well.
Leo, if you are you learned in the ways of magic?
I understand what he just cast. Yes.
As your proclivities towards non-lethal combat, I assume a sorcerer with this type of magic would be most valuable to your...
Yes, money is tight. Ooh, as he is right now, I could offer you 5 talents. I would have to go back to the others to inquire about more.
For you, friend, 5 talents will do. Although you owe us a fight. Non-lethal, of course.
Vigo's kind of looking around, like he didn't know he was going to get coming up here to be sold. He's just staring off. You could see that his lips are quivering.
Don't worry, Vigo. I can't remember the name of these. Ashoka remembers the name because the coalition of the Black Crucible is looking for a head mage.
He just nods.
I am certain that you will provide them the same guidance you've provided us.
5 talents. I believe that we could sign the papers now. Of course, I do not have the money on me. I'm not a fool, he says. But for a friend, new friendships.
New friendships.
Sure.
And enemy.
Awful person.
He's a 5th level sorcerer. Come on, gang.
4th.
Or 4th level sorcerer, something like that. He's a sorcerer.
He can do prestidigitate. He's fine.
We could throw out not
Old Vigo's hand quickly goes up and wipes a tear. You have contracts. These are relatively simple contracts. You have them in the house.
Vigo, you should collect up your things.
Yes. Show the others.
Let the door hit your ass.
Do not worry, friends. We have an excellent and young school. You will be most welcome there. All right, says old Vigo. He moves. There's a definite sadness in his step as he wanders out to the courtyard.
Where the fuck did we get Vigo from?
We bought. No, we
won him.
Yeah.
The pirate guy gave us you get slaves. Here's your treasures for your victory. Old Vigo.
We actually used him in a couple of fights.
He was grease and just a warm
man.
body. He really never died.
He really should be sad, because the next time he sees Damien in the ring, Damien's gonna be like, "You're not my friend's gladiator."
If anyone was smart, they wouldn't see Damien in the ring.
Okay, on the autumn 4, Leo buys Vigo, and I'm just gonna put 5 as the expense on that sheet. Okay.
All right. So if they're not planning on screwing with us, or is there going to be a discussion about whether they try to return him? Because that would be a funny discussion.
It
too.
would be a funny discussion, but given that Leo is charmed and is within his limits of his spending power, He signs the contracts to buy this gladiator.
All right.
Your
Yay.
your ruse worked.
It's just fun.
Yeah, how about trash?
They want
Which is how
these
sports
with-
teams handle. It's like, we're not interested in this player anymore. Let's try to get as much for him as we can.
So, Ahmed, are you on the? Could you add the 5 talents to the for the syllable Vigo to the ledger, please?
Yep. And on your roster, I'm going to remove old Vigo.
I'm going to add to the coalition of the Black Crucible. They have old Vigo. on my notes on full staples.
Funny. I'm just gonna zero out his stuff.
This is what, fall, winter?
If we didn't know he was charmed, we do now.
Well, you're cleaning out your stable a little bit. You've got plenty of room for tempies.
Yes, we do. I'm gonna just that conversation went well.
Okay, I think we've Leo Loram leaves. Sid, you learn that the little Nezumi actually follows Leo, and a little bit out of earshot and eyesight from your Ludus. Around the corner here, he actually catches up to Leo, and he like confronts him, like, "What were you doing?" kind of thing. You know, it's sort of like,
You're not supposed to go in. You're breaking the rules already.
"Oh, they seemed nice enough. I bought a gladiator." And, you know, effectively, you realize, Sid, that the Nezumi travels all the way back to their Ludus. And you now know the location of their Ludus. I'm dragging your token there. They bought a compound very close to the slave market, and very close to the northern gates to the town.
I should have bugged him about who the rest of the council was.
Yeah.
Look at that chunky monkey there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, you know where their Ludus is, and Sid, this is probably a good position for them to take a look at all the new slaves and gladiators and people that come into the city. Like, they position themselves in a place of high traffic, and then very close to the river market. Not a very prestigious place, though, but they're just an up-and-coming Ludus, so that might not matter. Okay, we're going to call that Crucible done. Give me just a roll for diplomancing the commissioner.
So 14d6.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
Okay, he is inviting you to enroll your veteran gladiators into the tournament of the Blood Rose. He's saying that the tournament champion does get a purse, although he doesn't tell you how much, and that this would please him greatly if a powerful Ludus such as yours would participate. You did not expect him to have an answer of like, "Hey, whatever we can do." Well, like to make your adjustment better, and he had actually the thing in mind. Very shrewd.
Mm-hmm.
You know that the fights that your gladiators participate in will count towards their 3-fight minimum, and that there will be 16 veteran gladiators that will be put into the tournament. You don't know who those gladiators are.
So we're gonna sign up fleas for the tournament.
Okay?
And I think he knows all of our rosters, right? Like,
Yep.
it's his job.
Yep.
And we will formally apologize for not having Zargon enter, as Zargon is currently not able to fight one-on-one. You know how dragons are. Yada yada yada.
Sure. You are instructed that Flea's first fight will be next week. You just signed up in time.
Do we know anything about who he's fighting?
No, the schedule will be released soon. They'll be fighting every second day for a maximum of 4 weeks, obviously, with 16 going down to the championship match on the
So every
47th
second week.
Yeah, every second week, yep.
So Fleas is done for the. Fleas is signed up for the. Fleas.
This will be fun. This is actually I'm looking forward to the tourney. Yeah. So you think that you're in good standing with the commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
Magnus is training. Magnus, you're effectively training yourself. Give me 11 dice, and you're looking for 11 successes.
Yeah, that'll happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless I'm at a disadvantage.
Nope. 5 out of 11, so you're doing some self-training. They are providing you with some, like, wooden weapons and that sort of thing.
Are they still, like, taking up all the broken pieces and...
Yep. Magnus, you end up having a weird dream. What does Magnus dream about while he's in prison?
The rest of his name
What do you mean?
on his bicep. Remember, when Sonia went to touch him, his name was his symbol on his bicep changed, and is the first letter of his
True name.
yeah.
Okay, so you end up dreaming about this experience with Sona, not with Sona, Sonia, and give me a will save.
That's my friend.
Make a will save. Okay. Magnus has a will save of like -3.
That'll be a problem.
It's all right.
Mark has a will save of -3 versus
Wait,
the
I
speed.
don't have any items, right?
Nope.
I don't have my resistance item or anything.
Nope.
17.
Okay, who is Magnus's friend in the Ludus?
Pretty certain it's Ashoka.
He although he's a jackass with Phineas, he thinks Phineas is his friend. Still thinks Phineas is part of the Ludus. Sona.
Okay. Yeah, you notice Sona there. What is this, Magnus? He's talking about the thing coming down from the sky and Sonia in the sky.
Sonia. God sent her to come and bring my soul.
Cord. Wow, says Sona. Why would he do that?
I guess I'm worthy. I don't know.
What? I know you're a good fighter and a good friend, but why does Cord want you? Who is
Beats the hell
that?
out of me.
Who is
But
that?
I know I have to get out of here.
Who is that on the horse?
That's Sonia.
Really?
Yeah, she's coming to rescue me. Yeah, you dead too? Why are you here?
I don't know. Why am I here?
I don't know. You all right? I haven't talked to you in a long time.
Yeah.
Are we still? Hey Sonia, can you take me and Sona with you? Sonia, where are you going?
What else did you see?
Oh, there's the box inside down there, and then there's Cord way up there.
Wait, what box? Show me.
Oh, look down here.
What is that? How can
This is where they trick everybody. Everyone's God's name is written in there. So your soul thinks instead of going to your god, it goes to the box and you're trapped there forever. It's horrible, a shitty place.
That's most horrible.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't die. That's why I tried to protect you.
What a
Because I'm
bunch of
Magnus.
what a bunch of sly bastards. You notice Sona smiling.
Very cool. Very cool, huh?
Is that a barbarian thing? Is it a barbarian thing?
Yeah, because it's cold up there.
And it kind of like, yeah, because it's cold up there, and you're like, ugh. You kind of shudder in your sleep, and you realize that your like tiny blanket they provide it kind of fell off of you, and you were actually a little bit cold. Give me a sense motive.
That wasn't Sona. 19. Give me a sec. I don't know if I even have sense motive with this asshole. I do. 23.
Okay. It is a rather cold night, isn't it? You can hear Dmitri Vaska talking from the nearby cell.
Hey, Drake.
Hey, Drake.
Yeah, it's chilly.
I already had my caloric intake for the day, but now you mentioned tacos, and it's like,
I had to bust out my emergency sandwich.
yeah, your emergency sandwich. It's rather chilly here tonight.
Isn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes. Were you having a good dream?
I don't know. Everything changed then. But, I think it was. I think it was because I got I got the real message about where I have to be and what I have to do.
Yes. Yes, you did. Didn't you?
Fuck you mean yes I did. Fuck would you know? Get the fuck up. Throw me some steak or something. You haven't eaten on your plate, you bastard.
Oh, I've had all the meat over here. Would you like some tomatoes?
Fuck it, I haven't had tomato in 3 days. Give me a tomato.
You know what? I've really enjoyed our time here together, Magnus.
Yeah, me too, you know, you're not such a bastard.
No, I'm not, aren't I? A little flabby.
It happens to the best of us.
Yes, yeah. Cucumber, tomato, some celery. I think this is spinach. He just starts tossing some vegetables over towards you. Some of them are partially like a little wilty. A couple of them are rotten, but some of them are actually good. And you're kind of picking through all the stuff he's chucking towards you. They keep on sending me vegetables. I don't like vegetables.
They're still important. Think of it this way: the animals eat them. They grow big and strong, so we can be big and strong like animals.
Do you know what I would really like?
I don't know what you really like.
You see that piece of wood that you punched the other day? Well, you were training so hard and making me oh so jealous. Yeah, you did some like punching of wood and that sort of thing, and you remember having to pick out splinters out of your fist. Yeah. Your arm still aches. Your hand still aches a
I
little bit.
remember I gave this guy some sweat.
Yep.
A long time ago. Like, well, for us a long time ago, but like 2 days ago or whatever.
There's a piece of wood that you broke. They haven't cleaned up yet. Could I have that?
Yeah, sure. There you go.
Okay, you start chucking wood towards him. Oh, thank you. I might be able to do something with this.
Oh, you carpenter? You know, fix it up, make it bigger?
Oh, I might be now. And you notice that he ignores most of the wood, looks around, and picks up a particular piece. He's looking at it, and he licks his lips. This will do. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on here. Perception 14 plus 30.
It's from one of the boards that you broke with your bare hands, and there's a bit of your blood on the top of the board, on the left splinter of the board. He seems to be clutching that in his hands, and he kind of lets it slip into his hands.
Yeah, sure, you're freaking me out, but okay.
You won't regret this.
Just don't ask to see my pants down or anything weird like that. If you do, bring me a steak.
I've already seen you naked, Magnus.
Who hasn't? I mean, really, that second fight was something.
Care to tell me where you're from? Why did you start all this gladiating business?
I was captured.
Oh, captured by whom?
Like, everybody here, the armies of the five-faced god.
No. You were a gladiator before that. Leader of your own ludus. I've never heard the origin story of Magnus before.
I was first a sailor, or a pirate.
A sailor? Wow. Who did you sail for?
Some pirates.
Any pirates that I know?
Check. Checking here. Because,
But I'm Magnus, yeah.
Let's see. Not really. He was kind of an asshole. Actually, I drowned him myself, but, wait, pirates.
Trying to help you out.
His name is not here.
His name is not there, but the name of the organization is called the Hilt.
Oh yeah, it's for the hilt.
The Hilt? Oh.
Yeah.
What a dangerous group of mercenaries and gladiators they are.
Oh yeah, that's why they had me there. They weren't too happy when I left.
Why not?
Because I was pretty damn good at everything I did, which involved using, my swords and everything. So they didn't want to see me go.
Of course not. Hilt is a dangerous enemy to make.
They haven't bothered me.
I'll keep that in mind to avoid them. He smiles a wide, creepy grin.
One you could always, who could always owe you a favor, could always help you out, is Vogul. He's very helpful.
And who is Vogul?
I don't know him. That's Damien.
No, Damien. The Van Imp.
Ask about him, yeah.
What does this Vogel have to do with Damien Van Imp, your...
The same family.
Oh, Van Imp families. Wow, you are connected.
Yeah, he's always helpful.
So you embarrassed this admiral of the hilt, Zol Zoroaster, and
I
then
don't know.
and then came here. Why?
Why here?
Yes.
Better than the capital. You start up a ludus. Capital is too much competition.
Oh, the Conclave is Vogul's ludus.
We make all the funds ourselves. He funded us a little bit, but We've been running it ourselves lately. Well,
He's a wizard of some sort?
fuck, I don't know.
Huh.
We can get things done.
Powerful family. That explains why you have a dragon.
Oh yeah, the dragon's nice.
Indeed.
Cooks your meat very quickly.
Well, I could understand why Zol Zoroaster, he is not a man that... Well, he tends to get even.
Who? Oh yeah, that guy.
So...
Well, I mean, he's still...
have you had any problems with pirates lately?
Where do you think we got our tree from?
Ah.
Oh, the Sea God's Fury, they came after us. They sent a dragon after us, remember that? And they stole our gladiators.
I do now.
The pirates were helping them, so we took them out.
I see.
We took their shit.
So you destroyed Eludis and their dragon, and now have a dragon of your
They
own.
were leaving. They were leaving Varapol. They had enough of it, and they decided to fuck everything up.
Oh. How very interesting. It appears, Magnus, that your masters have enemies. And perhaps even your own. Not your new masters, of course. You know what? I'm not going to tell them about this little conversation. It will be my little gift to you.
Yeah, alright, so not like I'm going anywhere anyways.
Sweet dreams, Magnus. I'll let you get back to sleep. Dream of your beloved Sonia, riding the great horse in the sky. Dream of it, because it might very well be the last night you do.
Yeah, okay, wait, what? What the fuck with that?
You notice he walks over to his table. He takes that piece of wood and kind of drops it into a little bit of water, spins it around. You can see a little bit of your blood swirling around in the vial, and his back turned to you, but you got a good vantage point. He downs the vial.
Fucking weird.
He actually sticks his tongue into the vial after he's downed it, and he's licking up every last little drop.
Problems.
You're awesome.
Gotta spare Magnus now.
Mark, I think you were dozing when there was some really important information being shared. Of course, your characters aren't there, but...
Yeah. Do you want the lowdown? So kill him? Which one? Kill both? I don't know.
Kill them both.
Magnus, that week, it's a couple of days later, you remember Inquisitors marching into your cell, led by Caleb Goodman.
That guy's creepy.
You don't know what happened to you because the next thing was you were passed out on your cot.
Okay.
And Magnus, you no longer remember the events that happened after you died in the arena. You can only remember when you woke back up.
And I have no idea why.
Nope.
So I have no idea. They say some shit happened, and I have no idea why.
You remember actually saying in this conversation with Dmitry Vaska that you thought you dreamt of Sonia, but you don't remember the dream. Like you often dream and then you don't remember about it, but you have no memory of it, and you just don't know what happened to you when you died. You don't remember the box. You don't remember the thing in the sky. You remember the thing. You remember something was coming down in the sky, but you don't remember what was in it. They were whatever has happened.
Box from before.
Yep.
Okay. Is my
And you were kind of groggy on the bed. You were kind of groggy on the bed, and you were just trying to like wake up. You know something bad happened to you, and the Inquisitors were leaving.
fuck you guys.
At that point as well, you realize that the cell with Dmitry Vaska is empty. His stuff is gone. The furniture is still there, but all the fine furnishings and blankets and food, it's just all gone.
Okay.
Just an empty bed frame and like a couple of tables and a chair in the cell.
Fuck.
They give me the shitty Magnus for our Ludus. My God, it would be disappointing when he gets smushed by the first thing that he fights.
And then the church goes, "Oh well, sorry about your luck."
Those they turn back into like grays when they die.
Phineas, you've got 14 dice. Undwin, the understudy, is training. You know that he's learning lots, and he is working quite well.
Good.
He can't help you out this week though, because his studies, I'm assuming, are more important.
Yes, I think I'll be okay anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The tower is now a functioning thing. You have a staff of wizards plus dues are being collected. For completing this task, a random magic item is found in the tower.
All right.
I think I need a percentile.
91.
Is a wondrous item.
Okay.
Another percentile.
49.
A wondrous item that goes around your neck.
Okay.
D6.
6.
It is a greater medium neck item as opposed to a lesser medium neck item. Give me a percentile.
Anyway, 83.
I have no idea what this is.
That's funny.
Okay, it's a mummified dwarf hand that hangs on a steel chain that brings the wearer in tune with the earth. As a standard action, for 1 round duration, you gain tremor sense out to a range of 30 feet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
It's called a Hand of Stone. We'll say that one wizard's dues were paid a long time ago with this item to the tower, and paperwork was made that the tower, instead of kicking back the money to where it's supposed to go, there are dues that are owed to the Imperium and the bureaucracy of wizards that you fall under. But
Okay.
this is something that is a resource that is at your disposal.
Okay. The next thing we're going to start doing is we're going to go through these IOUs people have been leaving in the everywhere for scrolls and whatnot, and we're going to start collecting.
Yeah, rebuilding your scroll library of standard scrolls is something that you can actually do. You have scribe scroll, and you could start collecting IOUs, and we will say if you wanted one of all standard first level spells, core rulebook spells, that's probably like what, 20 or 30 spells. To build a scroll of each of those, plus the time to do it. What, 20 successes?
Okay.
And then you could move on to like second level and third level if you wanted to do it in a very
manner.
yeah. And I'm going to say core spells because the other non-core spells are kind of
Research required.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so scroll library.
Actually, you know
First.
what? That's not what he does next.
Okay.
That he will do that eventually. Right now, he needs money because he's broke.
Phineas is broke.
Personally, he is broke.
Okay, you could have the resources of your tower plus yourself. You could.
Yeah, he's not the type to do that. There's going to be tower resources, and then there's going to be Phineas resources. And
Got
the
it.
two will not mix.
Got it. So you're doing planning for next week, anyways,
Yeah.
and then you had no RP encounters this week, so I'm gonna just nuke scroll library.
Excuse me.
Sid was spying on Ashoka, and then you wanted to RP with Vogul. So give me your E13 on Ashoka.
13d6.
Might have to disappear Sid if he keeps this nonsense up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. You learn something about Ashoka that Ashoka doesn't even know.
He's left-handed.
He's got a twin.
He's got a outie belly button.
You end up following Nem to an alley across the street.
Yeah.
Damn it, Nem. How dare you betray me? Damn it, random imp I found. Spying on me. How dare you betray me?
And let me just check something. You notice that Nem flies over, and there are 5 curious-looking ravens, all kind of perched along the edges of the buildings.
Okay.
Oh. Nem's gonna have to die now.
And pluck his other wing.
He flies there as a bird. He squawks once. They all kind of squawk in unison. Actually, around the circle. Nem nods. He turns into Nem, kind of crawls up to them.
I think it is about time to, make your presence known to the master. It is not very polite to keep secrets from him. He is a very good master, but he will punish you for failure. And he is good at punishment. Have you each brought something, as I demanded?
All 5 of them caw in order.
Good.
Gets a cookie. I've got imp familiars, or imp followers.
Now we must broach this subject politely and cautiously. You shall fly to the post post that I pointed out. At night, you shall keep out of the sight of the guards. If you get caught by the guards, then you get punished. Do you understand? Good. No, there is a hierarchy here. Ashoka is your master. I am his familiar. And you, the 5, have your order as well.